Mysterious secret set in the forest. Once upon a time, deep in a faraway land, there was a magical place called the Mysterious Forest. Within this forest was the village of Golden Leaves, and the children of the village believed that the forest was full of magic. Elara, one of the bravest children of the village, decided to discover the secret deep in the forest. Before starting her adventure, Elara received a potion from Nana, the wise woman of the village. This potion gave him the ability to understand the languages of the forest. After drinking the potion, Elara set off and began walking towards the heart of the forest. In the forest, there were talking trees, singing rivers, and smiling flowers. Elara listened to the stories of the trees, accompanied the songs of the rivers, and danced with the flowers. However, as we approached the center of the forest, everything began to change. In the heart of the forest, a giant tree was rising, and under this tree, there was a sparkling door. When Elara opened the door, she found herself in the Crystal Palace. The palace was ruled by fairies of light, and they were the true guardians of the forest. The fairies revealed to Elara the secret of the forest. The forest was nourished by the dreams and hopes of children around the world. Every child's dream was to power the forest and keep it alive. After learning this secret, Elara returned to her village and told all the children about the magic of the forest. From that day on, the children of Golden Leaves village started to dream even bigger. Because they knew that their dreams gave life not only to themselves, but also to the mysterious forest. Elara's return to her village was greeted with great joy. The children loved the story he told about the Crystal Palace and the fairies of light. But Elara knew that discovering the secret of the forest was only the beginning of the adventure. His real mission was to encourage the children of the village to share their dreams. The next day, Elara and her friends Lysander, Mira, and Tobin held a meeting at the edge of the forest. Each child drew their dreams on a piece of paper and hung them on the Tree of Hope. The Tree of Hope stood at the border of the forest, serving as a bridge between the village and the Crystal Palace. That night, the children's dreams rose from the tree and flew towards the forest. The sky was filled with colorful lights and every corner of the forest sparkled with the power of children's dreams. This was a magical ritual that preserved the vitality of the forest. The shadow creatures living outside the village in the dark mountains were disturbed by these lights. They wanted the forest to remain dark and quiet. The shadow creatures began to hatch a plan to destroy the village's hopes. When Elara and her friends learned the shadow creatures' plan, they took action to protect the village and the forest. They, together with the light fairies, talking trees, and singing rivers, embarked on a great struggle against the shadow creatures. In this struggle, children's dreams and hopes became the most powerful weapons against the darkness of shadow creatures. Every child's dream has become a light that illuminates every corner of the forest. And finally, the shadow creatures were defeated, and the peace and joy of the forest returned. After this victory, Elara and her friends organized a festival in the village. At the festival, everyone shared their dreams and celebrated the secret of the forest. They now knew that dreaming together is the greatest power.